Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the call for tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link here in the Facebook group. Don't know how many of you all are here. I know it's the holiday weekend, so let's see. We'll go ahead and put this link here and just say we are live. And we'll go inside of the link here and just say we are live. Okay. All right, so good evening, everybody. This is Charles Harper, and what we're going to do tonight, you're looking at WP Coursify, and I'm going to just talk through one of the questions that I got. Let's see, and if you have any questions, I am on YouTube, and I can see your questions. If you just write them there in the box, hello, Dana, and we'll we'll just kind of take it from there. And can everybody see my screen? You should be able to see my screen. And I'll just put this, I'll post this one question. I won't even turn on the PowerPoint because we're not even going to use it. So the question is going to be questions from Paul. And he wants to know, are there any videos available that'll show me how to upload courses, WP Coursify, and that'll help me with the rest of the setup. The manual that came with the plugin was not clear enough. So one thing that I'll say, Paul, if you're watching, is that there is on the download page. If you go to the download page, there is a set of videos. I'm going to see if I can find. I'm going to see if I can find that set of videos where Anchor did a set of kind of like install videos. And they go really they go really fast. I will say that, and you know, I had to watch them a couple of times to do some of the basics. But I'm going to try to find right now the training videos. Yeah, okay, and they are here. So if you go to members, yeah, I think they are at members.coursify.com/help. Right, and that's where all the training videos are. This is a fairly long video that if you follow the video exactly as it is, you may miss a couple of things. I'm going to talk about a few of those things tonight. I'm going to answer your question. Good to see you, Wayne. Good to see you. So the first thing is that in the setup, he recommends when you're installing that you do something called the multi-plugin installer, right? The multi-plugin installer. And I could not find that plugin, and when I did find it, it was no longer downloadable. So you can no longer download that particular plugin. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get each of the plugins that he is suggesting, and let's open this in a new tab. What you're going to do is you're going to get these plugins, and you're just going to go straight to the site and download them, right? So just go straight to the site, download each of those plugins, and then you're just gonna literally put them on your WordPress installation in order to get them. Now he has a fourth one in his video. Apparently that fourth plugin is not available, so you don't have to use that one. You're just going to have to use these three and add them to your installation. All right. The other thing is that in the setup, I discovered that there was when you go through the import process, right? And you may have gone through this process before with another program. When you run the importer in WordPress and you import the sample file, all of the data may or may not come across. Okay, Helen, which one of the plugins were you not able to find? Helen says one of the plugins are not available. Is that the yeah, if you right in there which one you were not able to find. So the only one I couldn't really find is that is the importer, and the other one he had a fourth one in his video he's not recommending anymore. So if you're talking about that one, I don't think he's recommending that you use that one anymore. Okay, yep. I think yeah, that one he's not recommending anymore. So okay, cool. Okay, so the other thing is that Paul's main question was about how you get the content up there, right? And I get how that that can be a little confusing. So I'm going to talk through that a little bit here. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to add a course. And I'm just going to skip down to the course content. And in terms of adding a lecture, and hopefully you can see this. Now, there are two ways that he suggests adding content to the course. One is the quick course maker, and that's where you would go and you'd import all the Vimeo or the YouTube videos from a certain page. However, if you already have the course on a page, I couldn't find where I would have all my videos on a certain site that I would be importing. So I get where he's coming from there. I just don't think you'd probably be using that. So I wouldn't worry so much about the quick course importer. I would focus on this one little square here where you're going to insert media, right? And so you can actually put in the YouTube link. Let me go to the YouTube link right here. You can go to that YouTube link. I'm going to stop this before it gets started. Okay, that's still in the edit screen. Let's stop this. All right, and then you're going to you can grab either this URL, and then you're going to put in the proportions, right? So pretty much all you're doing here is you're just adding in the YouTube link there, and then you're just going to add it to that particular lecture. Right now, there's another way we could do that, and it's not too difficult here. So in lecture number 2, we'd add in the media, and we'd use the embed code. I mean, the only thing about this one is, you've got a little more room to just change the size on it, and some of that's going to really depend on the size of your site. And we're just going to grab the embed code here. And then we put that code in there. Right? So we can actually do that also. And I believe that you can also do Vimeo. So I'm gonna do that one right now. Right, so I'm going to grab this review. And let's see, there should be the embed here. Not there. Here's the embed code. Grab that embed code. And what we do is we just add another lecture. We add in the code, embed, and place the code there. Okay, and so there's your Vimeo video. Right, so that's pretty much the way that you're going to add in content. If you're going to do it, obviously, if you're looking to do audio only, I mean, you can link to audio, but I would almost suggest that before you do that, you go ahead and put that audio on YouTube, change it into a video, and then upload to your video. Now, one thing that you can do in YouTube, I think everybody knows this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. You're going to go inside of the settings of this video. I'm pretty sure you know this, but just in case, we're going to turn this one to unlisted. Right? You're not going to turn it to private because they'd need the you'd have to specify their email address before you use it, but you can do it with unlisted. And then once you set it with unlisted, they just take the URL and then you place it inside of the the course creator, just like you would anything else. All right. So any other questions about WP Coursify? It would take me. I wanted to make sure I hit the high points, and those are really the main issues. Unless somebody's really having a problem with anything else, right? I think that answers Paul's question. I think that answers everyone's question, at least. Why upload an audio as a video? I think that with the way that that WP Coursify is kind of laid out, I would do it that way, mainly because of the fact, Sue, that I could do a thumbnail, and that it's going to be consistent with the video that you have. Now, if you're obviously, if you're doing all audio in terms of a course, then all of your audio would be consistent looking. And I think that if you have some audio and some video, or even, I think, quite honestly, the video thumbnail, unless you're embedding something, and I don't even know if you can embed iTunes, but unless you're embedding something that has a thumbnail, I personally think that inside of an online course, the fact that you can customize that thumbnail in YouTube means that you can make it look consistent. Right. So now that's just my opinion. Does that make sense, Sue? And everybody knows where you do that, where you customize the thumbnail inside of YouTube. So you'd go to the video and let's see, where is that now? Pretty much right here. Oh yeah, no, okay, great. Sue makes a good point. Sue's point, I don't know if everybody can see it. So if you can't see it, I'm going to read it. Okay, and Sue's point is, I've always heard that YouTube doesn't like having too many unlisted videos on your channel. Bad for ranking your channel. I wonder if it would be a good idea to have a separate channel. Answer to that question is yes. And I should have said that, Sue. I'm sorry. So for what I would do is, and I actually do this, right? So I have another channel that I use. So here's my second channel. And this is where I have all my unlisted videos. You're right about that. And so that is the practice that I follow. So anything that I have unlisted, if I do a sales video, if I do any of that stuff, I do that on my unlisted channel. And then and then I will take the stuff from the unlisted channel, and then that's where I will put that. Yep. So that's actually a great point. Okay. Any other questions about WP Coursify or otherwise? Okay, I really don't have I really don't have anything else that I wanted to do tonight. I want to encourage you that if you haven't signed up, that you join us on Thursday nights. You can do that at the plrshow.com/ultimate insider. Right? And if you haven't picked up our most recent PLR, you can do that at the plrshow.com/new. plrshow.com/new. And then that's our most recent PLR. Okay, Tim's got a question. How do you set up an unlisted channel? And can you use Amazon S3 for your course video? Yes, I think you can, Tim. Okay, so if you want to set up an unlisted channel, I think the way to do that is you're going to go here in the settings, and then you're going to click this button that says add an account, right? And so when you click add an account, right, I think you can add in another account from Gmail, and then you just do it from that point. Right? Does that make sense? I think it's really just that simple. So you jump in there, Tim. You just go to your YouTube channel, and then you just add a new account, and then do a YouTube from that point. Right? Does that make sense, Tim? And then you asked about the Amazon link. I think you can. So, and the way you do that is that you are going to use this alternative source, and I think that you can do it from here. Do you need a different email? Yes. Yep, Tim, you do need a different email. In fact, sometimes when you go to actually confirm that second channel, they will ask you to use a mobile phone number. They're using that. They're doing that these days. And when you confirm with the mobile number, sometimes they'll tell you, "Hey, well, you got too many channels." Now, maybe you don't. You might not have too many channels. I know they've told me that. Say, "Man, you've got too many. We need to do something else." But typically, if you have your mobile number, you can, and you have a different email address, you can create another channel. Right. Okay. But yeah, so we could use that. Well, let's see. I have not tried this, but let's try it. Let's try it. So I've got some Amazon. So I'm going to add in a lecture here. I'm going to see if I can get access to a video that I have on Amazon S3. You can bear with me for a second. I'll test this out. That's something that I haven't tried, and I don't remember seeing it. Excuse me, I don't remember seeing it in the instructions, to be honest. I don't remember seeing that in his instructions. It makes sense that you should be able to, but I don't know that. So we'll try it, and then when we get done with that, we'll end up here. So guys, if you bear with me for a second, I'm just going to get into my Cloudberry server. I'm going to find one of my videos here, and then on Amazon S3, and then we'll give it a shot. Amazon S3. Okay, Sue's asking, does Amazon S3 typically require a video player? They typically do. And what I don't know is whether or not, and it does not look like Coursify provides you with a video player. So you typically would. And see, Tim, and that's a good point that Sue brings up. Tim, do you have something like Easy Video Player or VU Player or some kind of video player? Because you could do the embed code that way, right? So what you could do is you could come to this and you could embed your media player here. I have an older version of Easy Video Player that we could probably do that with. I don't even know what domain that's on now, but if you have something like VU Player or one of those video players, I think simple, yeah. Then Tim, try your video code, try your embed code with your Amazon S3 video here in this box in the embed, right? Because Sue asked about WordPress. I don't know if WordPress is gonna handle that, and even if they did, I don't know if I trust them. So I would probably trust if I had a video player that I used. I have Voo Player. I haven't used it a lot, but I have it. What I do just does not require me to have a video player. I think I just have one. I don't use it. And actually, I probably use the one that's embedded inside of Optimized Press more than anything. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, everybody. Well, if you are in the United States, then you'll probably be celebrating Labor Day on Monday. Hopefully you will not have to go to work. And if you don't, I wish you well. Have a happy Labor Day. And if you are not in the United States, then you'll be at work on Monday. So I will see you probably on Tuesday when I come back. I'm actually for the first time in a little while, I'm actually going to take tomorrow and a little bit of Monday off. So okay, Victor's got a question. Go ahead, Victor. Appreciate that, Sue. Thank you. You too, Helen. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Victor. Okay, so you want to use AdWords to drive people to your WordPress PLR. So is this a PLR product that you purchased and you're putting up the sales page? Is that what you're asking, Victor? Yep. Okay. First time using AdWords, you don't want to blow through your money. I get it. So is this a PLR product that you created, or is this okay, or is this one that okay? Yes, you got the sales page and 30 videos on WordPress. Okay, here is what I do. So boy, this is kind of a multi-layered question. My first thought is that if you are looking, I think you'd be looking for an information marketing. You'd be looking for one of us, right? You're basically trying to get one of us to buy the product, and that would be an info marketer. So what you want to do is you want to build your list and sell products. I get it. And so you're looking to build a list and sell products to us, info marketers. Is that the idea, Victor? So pretty much the people who are on this call, people who are going to be hanging out on JVZoo and Warrior Plus, if I understand you right. Okay, so I'm assuming that maybe you don't that you're trying to figure out. Okay, new business owners that want to build websites, bloggers, etc. Okay, good. So I think that but before I spent my AdWords, okay, anybody that wants a WordPress training, okay, great. I think that before I spent my my money on AdSense, and since you do have PLR, there is with PLR, there is PLR that you could use to kind of build a site where you have some credibility to sell a course on WordPress. So in other words, I think that I would build up a site that has content about WordPress. You know, there's some PLR articles out there that that probably don't necessarily have a lot of I'd say that aren't too old. I would have a site that would be about WordPress. That would be the first thing that I do, because if you just send people to a sales page and they don't necessarily know you, they'd have to be really motivated to go and buy a WordPress course, right? And so you'd be spending a lot of your credits on traffic that you may or may not know is gonna buy. If I had to spend money, I would spend the money to try to get leads into my autoresponder and then try to figure out what it is that they want first, right? And so if you're going to attract, let's say, people who don't know about WordPress but want to know about WordPress, you'd almost have to have almost like a short education process to try to get them up to speed on what the course could do. I don't know if I would send cold traffic to a sales page just about WordPress. I think the first step is going to be that you got to somehow get the people who are interested into your autoresponder, and then you've got to ask them what it is they want. And so part of that's going to be finding out who you want to target. And this is actually a good question, because you're basically saying, I'm starting from scratch, and I want to try to figure out who I want to market to, right? And so and part of that question is going to be, what do you want to sell to these people after the WordPress training, right? That's going to be my first question, because let's say they buy the WordPress course, right? I would almost say, you know, knowing a little bit about your expertise, you're gonna be selling something else to them. Do I understand that right? Because you're really looking to talk to small business owners. Do I get that, Victor? Just kind of based on some conversation we've had before, you're gonna be talking to small business owners primarily, because some of the other stuff you're going to be selling to them is going to be oriented towards small business. And so what I'm thinking is that you sort of want to kind of opt these people in based on what you are going to want to be selling to. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, exactly. So what I think we have to do is we have to kind of look at your product line. And so we have to start opting people in based on where we're going. And so maybe the WordPress product is a good product for that. Maybe it isn't. What we have to do is kind of get the context right, so that we kind of come in and bring people in, right? So the list is upset, right? Yep. WordPress creates a problem. My other product solves. Exactly. Right. So the issue is the context, right? The issue is the context. So you're going to use WordPress to solve a problem. So we don't just want any WordPress users. What we want is small business owners, right? We want small business owners who are going to want to get more business. And so these people may or may not have a WordPress site, right? So maybe, you know, the place to start, if I understand your product correctly, right? The underlying product is the person who this is just a guess. I think that the person who's going to want your product probably might have a site already, but may not have it mobile optimized, be that sophisticated. So maybe they've got a site, but maybe what they don't understand is how they're going to capture the people who are using mobile devices. And so that's the way I would be framing the problem. And I would start looking to try to get those people and start talking to their problems, right? So I'm asking them, I'm starting to ask them questions about, about whether or not they're getting their mobile users, and whether or not they understand what their site could be, and then maybe taking that PLR and turning it into something that really talks to them about mobile optimized sites. And then, I mean, because I don't even know if you want to sell them a WordPress product unless they've already determined that they're not going to want to do business with you. But you've got a whole other sort of funnel that you're trying to put them through, right? So I think that the problem has to be, we have to start with the problem, and if you're gonna drive traffic, you drive traffic to the problem, right? You drive the traffic to the problem, and the problem's gonna be, if I understand the problem, I think, right? You know the problem better than I do, but the problem, I think, is these are folks who probably don't have their site mobile optimized, probably don't necessarily are missing mobile customers. They probably don't have a mobile strategy, right? So I think that even if you're going to use WordPress, you sort of need, because PLR is basically for people to, as raw material. That's my belief. My belief is that PLR is raw material. You make it into what it's supposed to be. So I think with that product, the PLR, I think you're talking about, we sort of want to turn that into the problem and the itch that you're going to scratch, right? And I think what I'll do, maybe for the next time, I will actually do that in the for next week's session. Maybe we'll start from that for next week. That how would you turn PLR into something that becomes the problem that people have to have solved, so that you can get them to opt in, so that you can get them to interested in what you have to offer. Right, Sue's actually got some good suggestions, right? So I mean, you can rank some how-to videos with some long tail keywords. But again, I think even if you did that, you'd have to get the context right. So the most important thing is the context, and sort of channeling the people based on the problem you're solving. Right, because it would do you no good in this particular case to necessarily go to some place like Warrior or JV Zoo, unless, as we talked about, right? You could probably help some of the consultants over there, right? You could definitely help them. I mean, they'd be willing to buy it, but again, you're still going to need to kind of recontextualize the content that you buy and turn it into what it needs to be. Right? Does that make sense, Victor? And some helpful suggestions from Sue. Appreciate that. All right. Any other questions while Victor writes in his answer? Any other questions? I think we're about at 9:37. Okay, maybe I think we may have lost Victor. So, in any case, everybody, I definitely appreciate you all being here, and man, we will get back after it next week. Right. Yep. Yep. I think that, yeah, exactly. Exactly there. Yep. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate y'all. And I will be back on Tuesday. I'm going to take off a day or two. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.